am Tammy Beilstein. Welcome to Tammy's Window on Calaveras. Today I have with me BambiPapais, which I know everyone in the whole county knows who she is and will recognize her drawings and her pictures. And I couldn't believe that I have not had her on my show interviewing with me before now. I was so out of the, out of the loop. I'm so glad you're here.
Well, I was on your show, but you were sick. It was a few years ago, and
that is a bummer. I can't believe I missed having you on, but I'm so glad I have you now.
Thank you.
I see your artwork all over the place, and what's funny is I know I've met Bambi before, and her husband. I did not know you were the Bambi who does this artwork. And I mean, you'd think, there aren't a whole lot of Bambis around.
Yeah.
My husband had one of his first girlfriends was named Bambi,
okay,
by the way. But I'm
me.
glad it's not you. Okay. Yeah, just checking.
No, somebody else.
But anyway, your work is gorgeous.
Thank you.
And it's something that it's hard to explain. You see it and you know it's yours. Like when you see these cards displayed in a store or one of your pictures somewhere, you just know it's yours. It belongs to the same set.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's really neat.
I think artists work to that, where they have a style that is theirs, that people recognize. Because I do that. I see artwork and I'll go, oh, that's so-and-so.
You can tell?
It's nice to, yeah.
Because I normally can't do that. My little side note, my husband is related to Grant Wood. He is the guy he paints the pictures like the lady at the pitchfork in front of the old house with her. Yeah. Actually, it was their family dentist that they were with. Anyway, that's my husband's relative. And I've seen lots of his paintings, but to me, I wouldn't know unless someone told me that those were all his.
Okay.
Sorry, but you were like a step up from that.
Oh. That's a good start.
Sorry, Grant Wood. Yeah. But your stuff's great. And I also am blown away that you do flowers and animals and people. That's special, isn't it?
I mean, a variety. And I think, I love flowers. Flowers are my main thing. And over the years, I've thrown in frogs. That's been a very fun thing. But, something comes along and you go, oh, I should try that cow or angels. You might see angels every now and then. So sometimes, and then I go back to flowers and frogs. So
that's so cool. Yeah. When did you know that you were a good artist?
I really
not good artist, a fantastic artist.
I don't think you ever know that, but you do realize sometime that hey, I can do this. But I really have played or done art since a child.
Okay.
So when a lot of kids are going off and doing other things, drawing or coloring kept me. I just did that. That was a very fun thing for me to do. So I really started young, and I've stuck with it. And I think a lot of kids start young, but they don't stick with it. They go on to something else.
Sure. Yeah.
So I stuck with it.
Did you ever take classes, or is this all natural?
High school I took a lot of art classes.
Okay.
I thought two things that would be easier than math,
right?
But also, I loved art so much. It was all phases of art. So I did stage design in high school, and but some painting classes and some commercial art classes. So in high school you can get a bunch of variety of things.
A lot of options there.
And then after high school, I did have a scholarship to go to commercial art, but I didn't really know how to stick with it, and I felt like I needed a job, so I got a job shortly after.
Okay.
But through all of that, I continued painting or drawing or whatever I could do at the time. And so through life, whatever I've done, I continue to paint or draw. That was always in the background.
Is this your job now?
This is my job now.
Oh, how cool.
I like it. And I've probably been doing, I would say, commercial painting for a living for maybe 25 years.
Oh,
or
nice.
So. Yeah.
Nice. That's so neat. Now, you said drawing and painting and
coloring.
So is this called watercolor?
This is watercolor.
Okay.
Yeah.
You see something like this with the
Yeah.
I don't know if that shows.
And of course,
That's
this
so
is
pretty.
a small version. The big one is, probably,
yeah.
I don't know, 20.
What's something like this called? Is that's not watercolor,
That's
is it?
watercolor.
It
yeah.
is.
It's all
Okay.
watercolor. Yeah.
Look at those cows.
I know. This is How Do I Look?
Cute. How do I look? And how do you come up with the ideas for this? That's darling with the makeup and.
That's actually like a Clinique lipstick. That's how the tubes used to be.
Oh, how neat!
I think artists' minds are always going. You might be painting something and you're thinking of the next thing to paint, or if you're out in the country or whatever you're doing. For me, I get an idea by seeing things.
Okay.
I really do pay attention to if it's a bird or a cow or a cat, whatever it is.
Yeah.
It's like, that could be fun. I've drawn things that didn't turn out that well, or it was a lot of work, and so I go, okay, I'm not going to stick with that. Like horses are beautiful. I can draw and paint a horse.
Yeah.
It's not my very favorite thing. There are people that are wonderful at that. I'll go back to frogs and flowers.
If you start drawing something and you decide you're not liking it, what do you do with it? You don't throw anything away, do you?
Just lately, I've started to throw things away.
Oh.
No, if I look back at older paintings or watercolors that I just started with, and it's not my style, and it was a learning time, and it was it's just a thing that you go through. So
I can imagine anything you've ever done being thrown away. These are all so perfect.
I do a lot of sketching before I paint, and sometimes sketching or doodles I'll get my ideas from that, but so those little sketches or doodles or whatever kind of get set aside, and then I'll get to my painting. But eventually I don't throw those away. I have this stacks of little scribbly drawings, and I'll look at them later and I'll go, oh, that is fun.
Oh, that's so neat.
Even impress myself.
I would be. I'd be walking around all the time holding these up and be like, I did this.
Yeah, that's nice.
That is just, and you sure see detail.
I do like
you
detail.
You can look at these paintings. Is that what they're called?
Yeah,
paintings.
They are. Yes.
That you've done. She has little lines in the leaves, little dots in the flowers. I don't know if you can tell in this bigger one, probably a little easier, but the detail is incredible. You can look at it forever.
Thank you. I like detail. Now, there are watercolor people that they just like the loose, washy look. It's just not my favorite way to paint. Or if I'm looking at something, I love that detail. If I go to an art gallery or another artist's work, if you're just looking at, I love what watercolor does to an image. I just love
what I don't understand is I've played with watercolor before, but like when I was in school, and it's so runny. I don't know how you.
It's runny.
It's watery. I don't understand how you can get
so say that red shape. I'll make that red shape, and then you wet that whole shape, and then you drop red in, and your red is probably mixed with 5 different shades of red. So there's a controlled thing that I've learned. Anyone that's painted a long time, you do figure things out like that. So,
gosh, it's incredible. It's so incredible. And as she was saying, she hides frogs in a lot of her things, and that's fun to look for.
Yeah, that's
easier. Look at little frogs. I don't know if you can see it down there. There. No, there. I haven't looked at the direction anyway. Oh, they're so great. So, tell me about this one behind us. That is it's gorgeous.
It's actually a Gloriosa daisy. It was in my neighbor's yard. And again, she had the best flowers, just bushes of these daisies. She had white ones, and then she had this orangey red one.
Yeah.
So I go take pictures of them.
Okay.
And then I'll do both cut flowers or work from photos. And with the cut, you get the essence of the real flower, and then I'll work with photos.
Do you draw it in pencil first, and then you paint over that?
I do.
Okay.
I do. And actually, to get these really detailed, I will draw on, I do a rough sketch, and then I will take that rough sketch and I'll draw it on tracing paper. And then with pencil on tracing paper, I can transfer that to my watercolor paper.
Oh.
Like a carbon, if you go over, you get that image back. And there's a couple things that happens. You're kind of memorizing what you're drawing because I've drawn it on sketch, I've drawn it on tracing paper. Now I'm transferring it to my watercolor paper. So it's like several steps of drawing.
When you transfer, does that mean you literally just put it on top of the other paper and you just press it down?
I draw
over it again?
You have to draw over every line.
Okay.
So you're kind of memorizing your lines.
Yeah, okay. And then?
Yeah. And then I go in with watercolor. It's lengthy. These big ones like this probably take a good month to paint, and that's not being interrupted. And
like, where in the world would you even start? Do you start with the middle? Do you start with the edges?
No, I probably start with a petal. I probably, not really 100%, but I probably start with a small inside petal like that. Because what I find in watercolor, if you start with a really obvious area, it might not be the thing you wanted to do. You'd go, ooh, didn't mean to do that.
Okay.
And watercolor, you can kind of fix it, but you kind of got to pay attention to what you're doing. So once you get a little area started, then you can go, oh, okay, I got it. Now I'm onto this other leaf or petal, and you kind of skip around on that.
Oh my God. If I were looking at the blank paper, I think I would just be like,
It does happen.
Yeah, I don't even know where to go from here. And then how do you know when you're done? This is so silly. But when my husband and I did these little plates over in Lodi, there's a place where you can do pottery sort of thing. You paint it, they fire it, you pick it up later. We were doing that. It was like I didn't know when I was done. Yeah. I kept looking at it, adding more and more and more. Yeah. How do you know?
Honestly, sometimes you have to tell yourself a little bit, because you can back up and look and you go, still got that, and I still have those petals. They're still white because it starts with the white paper. But on something like this, when it's all filled in, and then I go in for detail, there is a time where I say, okay, enough. Like, you want to get...
Because I'm looking at, I don't know if the camera can see it. It's off to the side, though, and there are so many little flowers in it, little ladybugs, butterflies. It's just, there's so much in it, but it's the perfect amount. I don't know how you know how to do that. It's so neat.
I think it's painting till you feel like have done it.
Okay.
And sometimes if, like the one you're talking about, I may say, okay, I'm going to put 10 pansies, or I'm going to put 14 pansies.
Okay.
I'm not really sure.
Sure.
And then I'll go, okay, that's good. Now go over here. And then I may go back and put some more in, but at least I've given myself a count.
Yeah.
Something.
So it's an idea of what you want to. Yeah. I'm just trying to imagine you doing this. So do you like wear your PJs and all that when you're
just
or is it like a work day for you? So you're like dressed in certain paint clothes and
No, that's good though. No, I put on I'm comfortable.
Okay. I
have they're my house clothes.
Okay.
I am comfy, yeah.
Yeah. And how long do you spend on it at a time?
Usually I try to paint. When I'm painting, I try to get 3 hours. I'm going to say 3 to 4, but 3 hours a day in. Sometimes life there's stuff going on and you don't get that. So what I've done in the last little while, I've painted small paintings because I know I could finish something. When you finish it, you've accomplished it and you're happy about it. So if I'm working on one of these big ones, I'm not going to get happiness for months because I'm not getting to it.
Right. Oh my gosh. So I see we have a pad of paper behind us. You're going to draw something?
I'm going to try a quick sketch.
Oh my gosh.
I'm not a sketcher in front of people, but I'm going to done this here before and we'll give it a try.
I am excited to see this. I have no talent at all. Well, I got to end the sentence right there. But with art, no way. My husband's a really good artist. He's going to want to see this show probably 25 times when I bring it home. But
so he's a good artist, and he's got that family.
His whole family's great artists. But sadly we're not related that way. So
I brought a little cheat sheet to get me started here. This is. A lot of times when I'm sketching, I am scribbling and I'm trying to figure out what it is I'm doing. So we'll just see how how far I can get on this guy.
And then, so on these big paintings that we have around us, is there just one? There's just one of each of these, and then what happens with them?
When I paint an original painting and I'm done with the watercolor, I get a JPEG made. So it's a professional photographer takes a picture of it, and I'm able to put it on a JPEG. So it's going to be on a CD or digital now. And then if I want to do any type of reproduction work, copies, prints, cards, I have that JPEG. So if I sell the original, I've got my little digital, I'm going to call it a JPEG. I don't know a better word for it.
So excuse me. So when people, I've seen on the bottom where it'll say 1 out of 100.
Right.
Or, 45 out of 100.
Meaning the artist has printed 100 of those, that image, and this is...
From that photo that was taken of the original.
Right.
Okay.
And a lot of these are numbered like that.
Oh, they are? Okay.
Well, not all. Part of them are.
Okay.
Sometimes I'll do what they call open edition, meaning it could be printed more than that 100 or... I'm giving this little guy some character here.
Cute. Oh, those are his legs.
Yeah, he's going to be sitting. This is a very relaxed frog.
Ah. Your frogs are so popular.
Calaveras County.
Yeah.
Took me a bit to figure that out, but I figured it out. I was just painting some frogs for fun, just because it was a fun subject.
Yeah.
And then I realized how popular they were here, so.
Oh, definitely. So you've had your work on posters for events and things, too, that I've seen.
Yeah.
And then you were saying that one of your paintings, that angel one that I held up earlier, is in Mark Twain Hospital.
Right. It was a fundraiser, probably angel auction. I don't know if the hospital still does those, but I did so I donated an original painting for that fundraiser, and then it was bid on. There's a lot of other things that go, like jewelry or artwork or trips. So
beautiful.
I'll put that. So the person that got that one you're talking about donated the original to the hospital, so it's hanging in the hospital.
God, what a nice thing to do.
Yeah.
That's gorgeous. And these cards in front of me, I know they sell them over at the Arts Council, and aren't they in some pharmacies and places like that? It seems like I've seen them.
Right now they're in, I'm part of a co-op gallery in Murphy's called Art on Main. End of Main Street, down towards the hotel, getting to the end of town by Murphy's Grade Road. And so I have cards in there. We're giving this guy a wine glass.
Cute.
So that gallery's got, I think there's 32 artists in it right now.
Oh, neat.
And I have my own little art room, so that's a good spot for me. But I do have cards in shops. Not just local, but all over the country, actually.
All over the country. Can people find your artwork on eBay or Amazon or places like that, too?
I do have a website.
Tell me what website address.
BambiArt.com.
BambiArt.com.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because if you just do Bambi, you're going to get Disney's stuff, but that's fine.
Or my husband's ex-girlfriend.
Oh, that too. Yeah, there you go.
So, BambiArt.com. Nice. And they can buy these cards. Can they buy the poster size of your different
So I have
paintings?
prints and cards. I'm going to have this guy's like lounging on a overgrown flower here.
Oh, you make it look so easy. Do you teach classes?
I do not. I guess because I think there's so many good people out there teaching. I'm going to let them keep doing that.
Really? Because you would be so in demand.
I've had people ask, but I really am a recluse.
Are you?
Yeah, I like being by myself. I like my cat, my dog. My husband can come home every now and then. Just kidding.
When he behaves himself. Oh, man. Because you know what I could absolutely see you doing is the things that are popular now, those where ladies get together and they all paint the same painting.
Yeah,
they drink wine or whatever, but...
Yeah, it's not my thing. I know people that do it. I just not going to do it. You know how you know certain things in life look...
Not
this
your
guy
thing.
has a party hat.
How cute.
He's a hatted frog. I guess because of time alone, time to yourself. That's really what I enjoy with painting. So
when you sell your paintings at things like the art auctions or places like that, do you go and are you there in person so people can meet you? I think that is such a thrill.
Yes, that's actually a better.
You
better
like that
way to,
better?
Yeah.
Oh, that is so neat. Gosh, I wish I could do that.
I always feel like there's got to be he needs a stem because he's actually just hanging in this. Then you have to look up frogs to see, do they have toes? Or, okay. Floppy feet.
How neat.
Again, this is a very quick, rough sketch.
How cute. How do you come up with the names for your paintings?
That sometimes I'll just, while I'm painting, I will be thinking up something, but I'll also ask my husband, and I'll write down lists, like good old lists, and I'll start with, I'm going to call this party for one, or I'm going to, and I'll write down, sometimes the bottom, or some of my rough sketches have these little words all over it, or sometimes my husband and I will get together and we'll come off with, here, help me with a name for this one.
Because they're so cute. I was looking at some of the names of your paintings on the backs of your cards. I like that. They're all named, right? Or does it just happen to be the ones I pick up?
No, they're
all named.
They should all be named.
That is really cool. Super cool. Is this what all your family asks for holidays and gifts from you?
No, I think my family thinks that it's kind of like it's so common to them. They probably are saying, I hope I don't get one of those.
Oh, gosh, no. I doubt it. Oh, my gosh.
Our kids, of course, are grown, and so when they have babies, then I do a little original for babies.
Oh, that's so nice.
Just, like the last one, there's been a few sweet peas, like a little pod of peas, but it's a baby face in the pea pod.
How
Very
cute.
And so then, it's special for the babies.
Oh, for sure.
They keep that forever, so.
Do you know if your parents kept any of your drawings you did when you were younger to see how you started out?
Well, you know what's funny is, I have a stepmother that's still alive, but she was cleaning stuff out, and she gave me a painting back. That's really bad. And so, she goes, maybe you have room for this. We don't really have room. So there you go. Yeah, people don't. It's all right. It's kind of funny. So I put it in my closet.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, I couldn't imagine.
Well, she crocheted, so I think her crocheting was more important, which is fine.
But there's something about when someone draws something or plays music for somebody, or I don't know, there's certain gifts that people have when they share them.
Yeah.
It's so personal.
Although I do think that when you're around it all the time, it's not as, it's more of a norm. So. Maybe more of a normal thing.
I guess so. I wish my husband would still draw. He's so good at it, but when he was in, it's funny, when we went to elementary school together, presentation at Catholic school, and so he was always in charge of doing the big banners for Sunday Mass, and that was great. And then in high school, he did similar things. He was always asked to do the artwork for whatever was coming up. But then when he went to college and he had art class, the teachers were more critical.
Oh,
and he had a teacher that right from the very beginning said, no one in this class gets an A.
Oh.
No one does. And he would walk by and just pick apart everything that my husband did, and it just kind of like, oh, forget it, you know. And he just, I don't know, he sort of lost his passion for it.
Yeah, I could see, yeah.
Oh, I wish he'd start
Too
again.
bad,
It's such a gift, such a neat gift.
We're giving this frog
cute.
spots. So
Oh.
I could continue on, so just say quit if you want. That's the thing, when you said you know when to quit. Not really. Well, I would.
Oh, I could watch you do this all night long. It's almost like mesmerizing.
It's funny.
Yeah.
Well,
Stare.
that's the other thing. When you're doodling or sketching or drawing, you can really keep at it, and you're.
Yeah.
Then you start talking to yourself like, oh, he's really having fun here. He needs a butterfly.
Just so you don't start answering his questions.
Yes, they do. I do.
Oh, look at that. Oh, that's neat. And even the sounds that it makes, I don't know if they can hear it on television. It's just
you can hear the
pencil. Yeah, it's so nice.
That's funny, huh? Look, this is his buddy. Yeah, I start making up my own stories.
Yeah, I would too.
He was happy.
Oh, it's adorable.
Little legs on him.
We have like 2 minutes left.
Okay. I think
I am loving this.
Pull him together. He just needs a couple of
darling
frog spots.
I can't believe how it was so easy for you to do that. You didn't erase or anything. You just
I have an eraser just in case, but
you don't need it.
But on sketches, you kind of just go with it.
And you're off to the side, and you know that you have cameras on you. It just flows from you. Oh.
So sometimes these little sketches, we're about done, huh?
Yeah.
They're fun.
Oh, gosh, I bet.
That's why I just like to entertain myself. Okay. I think he's good for the day.
I love them.
Tidying them up here.
Do you have your paintings all over your house?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Oh, darn it. We're a minute. I am so thrilled that you did that. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Oh, my goodness. You're going to come back, right?
Well,
some other time?
Here.
Yeah,
okay,
you got to come back.
Sure.
I'm so excited about this. It's like having a star on
you
my
were
show.
easy. You were like talking to my
Oh, I've heard that
friends
before. No, I'm kidding. No, I'm kidding. I'm a good Catholic girl. Thank you so much. Thank you. And look for Bambi's artwork when you're around town, anywhere around the county. If you can't find it, go online and get it there. Thank you. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time on Tammy's Window on Calaveras.